Hey YouTube, I'm here today to talk about my experience, and hopefully it'll help someone out there who is in a similar situation. I am 18 years old, in college. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm in the dorms right now. There's a big refrigerator behind me and everything. Well, me and my boyfriend have been together for 2.5 years. And I found out I was pregnant. January 31st was the first official date I found out. It was confirmed by Planned Parenthood, but a week before is when I took my first pregnancy test on the 25th. It came out really faint, and I did not know what to think about it. So I looked it up on Google, what should I do, and a lot of people said that their test came out that way and they ended up being pregnant, but I want to know for sure for me to wait a couple of days and take another test. So I did that, and I took my test the 28th of January, and I did the clear blue digital week ones, and it said that I was pregnant 1 to 2 weeks, which meant I was 3 to 4 weeks pregnant. So after I found out for sure, I told my boyfriend, and he came over and we just talked about what we were going to do. And we already discussed this before I was actually pregnant. What would we do if I ever happened to get pregnant? And we both agreed to get an abortion, but since it was actually happening, we wanted to talk a little bit more and see if we felt the same way as we did when we first talked about it. And this time it was a lot harder because we are older now, and we both want to be parents in the future, and it was a shock to both of us, and it was really a hard choice to make since we both love children and everything, but we knew what we had to do in order to have a good future and be able to support our future children if we have children together. So I made an appointment because you have to confirm your pregnancy before you get an abortion. And my appointment was January 31st. I made it early because I was scared to have protesters yell at my face and call me baby killer, even though I wasn't getting an abortion that day, and I still wasn't sure if I wanted one. So what they have you do, you fill out a whole bunch of paperwork, and then they call you in and you pee in a cup. It's not a blood pregnancy test, so it's just like you pee in a cup and then they dip a pregnancy test in there to see if you're pregnant. And you wait in the room. Your boyfriend, your mom, your family member, your friends are not allowed back there with you, so you're alone. And you're waiting in the room, and the doctor, she comes in and she or he tells you that you are or you aren't pregnant. And my doctor, she came in and told me I was, and she gave me this little booklet. It has all 3 choices in there. When you're pregnant, you could keep it, abort it, or give it up for adoption. And there is a lot of helpful information in there. And then she asked me when was the first day of your last period, and they use that to calculate how many weeks you are. But of course, it isn't a for sure estimation because they do the ultrasound to find out for sure how many weeks you are, but they don't usually do an ultrasound that day. And here's how it looks like. It says how many weeks you are, expected due date, and all that. And then she asked me what I wanted to do, and I said I was looking towards abortion. And then she showed me a page that was really helpful because there are 2 types of abortions. There is the in-clinic abortion and the pill abortion, and I wasn't sure which one would be best for me, but here's a page. It describes both and what you'll be feeling during, after, what's going to happen to your body, and all that. So that was really helpful. So I went home. Me and my boyfriend, we discussed which one would be best, and he he said it's up to me which one I want to do, but he wanted it done fast, and so did I. I understand why, because I'm a person to get attached, so if I waited any longer, I would probably get even more attached, and it would be harder to make the choice I made. So I was, with all the symptoms and everything that I would be feeling on the pill, I decided to go with the in-clinic abortion. I made my appointment for the 20th of February, so I had to wait 3 weeks to get my abortion, and let me tell you, those 3 weeks were pretty hard. I woke up almost every day just thinking like, wow, I'm really pregnant. Do I really want to give that up? Like, for me, it was really hard since I love children and I love the idea of pregnancy, but it's something that I couldn't be going through right at the moment because I am in school, and me and my boyfriend, we both put our education first, so we want to be able to provide for like our children in the future, and if we don't go to school, it's kind of impossible in California to do that. So during those 3 weeks, I was looking up videos about girls who like had an abortion and how they felt. A lot of them were helpful, but they weren't in a similar situation that I was in, so I couldn't really compare my situation to theirs. And then I looked up women who were in college and had a baby. There's not many. And then I found one this girl, she was pregnant in college. It was her first year as well, and she was going to keep it. It was kind of giving me hope that I could keep my baby, but she just disappeared out of nowhere at 27 weeks. I don't know what happened, and it kind of scared me. So I decided for sure I was going to go with the abortion because it was best. Along came the February 20th, so my boyfriend, he drove me there. And wear something comfortable because you will be wearing, you shouldn't wear jeans because you'll be taking them off, on and off. And you'll be waiting there, expect to be waiting there 4 to 8 hours. So just be prepared to be there it's going to be a long day. For me, I was waiting about 2 to 3 hours until they called me in. They just take your blood pressure, your temperature, because you will be put under. You could say no, but most people are put under, and they just want to make sure you're okay to be put under. And after, they have you pee in a cup again to confirm the pregnancy. And then you go into a room, and it's just you back there. You're not allowed to take the person who goes with you, only patients. So you're alone, and then you go into this room, and there's other girls who, I want to say they took the abortion pill, and you have to wait there after you take the abortion pill to so they can make sure it kicks in and you don't throw up. And you're just sitting there with those girls. They have a TV on, and then they call you, and you go into a room, and they have you take off your pants, and you're wearing this skirt-like thingy. It's paper skirt. I'm not sure. It was really uncomfortable because you're not wearing anything under. You're just wearing that skirt. And they have you do the ultrasound to find out how far along you are. And you don't have to see the ultrasound if you don't, but I did. And it's just something I wanted to see, and I didn't think it would change my mind. I wanted to see it. It's curious. So this is how it looked right there. I was exactly 7 weeks when they measured me, and it was pretty, it was okay. And then the ultrasound technician, she leaves you alone, and then you have another nurse. She comes in and she shows you a video of what's going to be going on, who you're going to be talking to in a little bit, and what you'll be feeling. So after the video, the nurse comes in again and you take some medicine just to help so you don't feel any pain down there when you wake up. And then the doctor, she comes in, she introduces herself, and then she comes in with the anesthesiologist, and you sign a bunch of papers. You're just signing a lot of things basically while you're waiting. And then you have the nurse, the doctor, and this anesthesiologist in there in the room at the same time, and they put you to sleep, and you just wake up in another room. I want to say the procedure is less than 5 minutes. It's not that long, but you don't know the time because you wake up in another room. You've been asleep. And in that room, there are other girls too who are just resting in there. You're hooked up to an IV, so another lady, she comes up to you. She gives you some apple juice and crackers just so you have something in your system. She walks you to the restroom, gives you your clothes so you can put on, and you have to put on a pad. There's a lot in the restroom they provide for you. And you have to be careful with the IV because you're still connected at that time. And then you go sit back down, and they're calling the person who's going to pick you up already, or they already called them. So they take off the IV, they give you a bag that has caring stuff that they provide for you, like information on how to take care of yourself. They give you condoms, birth control if you want, or plan B. They ask you all this stuff like what you want, and they give it to you. And then they walk you out when your guest is here. So when I walked outside, my boyfriend said that I looked like I was on like some hardcore drugs because I did not even know what I was doing. I was just doing whatever they told me to do. I did throw up a couple hours after I ate. They said it's okay to eat, but I threw up. I think it's because all the medication that was in me and how I ate a taco, which it didn't agree. And after, I was a little sad at first, just because all my life, I was fine with people doing their own thing. I'm totally pro-choice, but when it came to me, I wouldn't have done that personally, and I did. So it was a little difficult to process what I actually have gone through, and it just took a while. School got a little harder, but I know I made the right choice because I wouldn't be able to stay in school, and I wouldn't be able to provide for future children and all that if I had a child right now, because it would be harder to go to school, harder to get a job, and it would just be even more difficult. So I hope this helps someone out there, and if you have any questions, you can leave them down below. I will answer them. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I know people are going to look down at you for doing like this choice or being supportive of pro-choice, but you need to stand by what you believe and just remind yourself that you matter too, and don't let those people tell you that you can't do things. I don't know. Well, have a good day.